Now see the magnetic field due to a current carrying circular loop. Magnetic field due to a current carrying circular loop. So let us consider a circular loop. This is a circular loop of radius capital R and I current flowing through it. I current flowing through it. We have to find the magnetic field at a distance x from the center. Let dV is the magnetic field which act in this direction. This is the direction of magnetic field. A small magnetic field due to a small element dl. Now we have to use this distance. We have to find the magnetic field at this point, and let the distance from this current element dl, idl, that value is r. Distance is r from this point where we have to find the magnetic field. Magnetic field is directed in this direction. So this magnetic field having two components, one vertical component and one horizontal component. So vertical component will be dV cos theta and horizontal component will be dV sin theta. Similarly for diametric opposite, suppose if you are consider the element here, so this distance will be also same as r. So another component, magnetic field component will be here dV dash. So there will be a two component of this magnetic field also, dV dash and dV dash sin theta. Here that value will be dV dash sin theta and this will be dV dash cos theta. So this component are this is cos theta, this is sin theta and this is cos theta. So now dV cos theta and dV dash cos theta both are vertically opposite, equal and opposite. So this value will be cancelled because dV equal to, use the Weyl-Savarth law, find out dV, mu naught by 4 pi I dl, this is the current element, I dl sin 90 degree, this theta is 90 degree by distance s square. So this is dV equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square. So this component and dV dash, both component are equal. So due to dV and dV dash are equal, the vertical component dV cos theta and dV dash cos theta are cancelled. So magnetic field at this point is only due to all horizontal component. So net magnetic field will be sigma dV sin theta. All component is of dV sin theta. So add all this component. For adding, you write the sigma dV sin theta and put the value of dV from Weyl-Savarth law. This is from Weyl-Savarth law. Mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square. Mu naught by 4 pi I dl by r square. And sin theta value find out from this triangle. Sin theta equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So this value will be root under x square plus r square, or this is equal to x square plus r square power half. So here r by perpendicular by sin theta equal to perpendicular by this. So r by x square r square power half. Now mu naught by 4 pi and sigma put in there dl, sigma dl IR by x square. R square value is, put the value of r square. So r square will be x square plus r square and this value. Now sigma dl, this is the small element dl. The sum of all the small element that becomes 2 pi r. So sigma dl, this value is 2 pi r, capital R. R is the radius. So this is 2 pi r I r by x square r square 3 by 2. Now 2 pi cancel. So you divide by 2 here. So this is mu naught I r square by 2 x square plus r square power 3 by 2. Now here you write the vector form b equal to bi cap. So here mu naught I by r square to x square r square into I cap. This is the direction of magnetic field. Now for n terms, suppose there are n terms in this loop. So for n terms you can write mu naught n I r square by 2x square plus r square power 3 by 2. So this is the magnetic field in a current carrying circular loop. And to find the direction of magnetic field in a current carrying circular loop, you can first to note down this one. And direction of magnetic field. So direction of magnetic field can be obtained by right hand thumb rule. Right hand thumb rule. So you can use the right hand rule to find the direction of magnetic field in a current carrying loop. Right hand palm rule, you can right hand palm rule also you can say. Right hand palm rule. Find out, you take the right hand in such a way so that the curved finger indicates the direction of current flowing through the loop. If you place the right hand in such a way, the curved finger indicates the direction of current flowing through the circular loop, then magnetic field will be directed vertically upward direction. When the current is flowing in which direction? Anti-clockwise direction. This is anti-clockwise direction. So if the current is flowing in a anti-clockwise direction, this is the anti-clockwise direction, then magnetic field will be radially upward. This is the radially upward. But when the current is flowing in a clockwise direction, this is the clockwise direction. I current is flowing in a circular loop in clockwise direction, like that. This is the clockwise direction. Current is flowing in clockwise direction. Then magnetic field will be radially inward. So this is radially inward. So this is the direction of magnetic field. So that can be obtained. Do it fast. Now see Ampere-Circuital's law. Ampere-Circuital law. Ampere-Circuital's law states that a statement line integral of magnetic field. Line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught times the total current threading the closed path. That is, you can write, this is the line integral of magnetic field. B dot dl for a closed loop. B dot dl, B is the magnetic field, dl is the small element length. So B dot dl, this is called line integral of magnetic field, and that is equivalent to mu naught, permeability of free space mu naught times total current I. So this is the Ampere-Circuital's law. So this Ampere-Circuital's law is also very important law that can be used to find the magnetic field in a solenoid. It is also used to find the magnetic field in a toroid. It is also used to find the magnetic field in a current carrying a straight conductor. So first you see the magnetic field in a solenoid. How to find the magnetic field in a solenoid using Ampere's Circuital's law. Magnetic field in a current carrying magnetic field due to a current carrying long solenoid of air core. Let the core inside the solenoid is air. So what is the meaning of solenoid? First you know about the solenoid. A large number of turns of the coil wound in the form of a cylinder. A large number of turns of wire or coil wound in the form of cylinder called solenoid. So this is the solenoid. I current is flowing through it. So to find the magnetic field, let us consider this is the one cross section of the solenoid that is taken as like that, and magnetic field inside the solenoid is uniform. This is the uniform magnetic field. Let us consider a Amperian loop. This is a Amperian loop A, B, C, D of length L. L is the length of the Amperian loop. So magnetic field here 0, magnetic field on this side 0, outside the solenoid magnetic field is 0. So here we consider a Amperian loop. Let us consider Amperian loop A, B, C, D, A. So find the line integral of Amperian loop A, B, C, D, A, B dot dl. So this Amperian loop is a part of A to B. This is from A to B, B dot dl. Then plus B to C, B dot dl. Then from C to D, B dot dl. And then from D to A, B dot dl. This is the Amperian loop. Now see here A to B. This side is inside the magnetic field. So suppose here is the dl. This is the dl. So magnetic field is passing in this direction and current element is also in this direction. So both makes an angle 0 degree. So you can write here this is Amperian loop A to B, that is B dl cos 0 degree plus B to C. B to C is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Here is the dl. So this dl, direction of dl is perpendicular to magnetic field. So here B to C, B dl cos 90 plus C to D. This side is out of the magnetic field. So here magnetic field C to D and magnetic field is 0. So this term you can write directly 0 plus B dot dl. A to D. D to A. This is also perpendicular to the magnetic field. So this is also D to A. B dl cos 90 degree. So here only terms left A to B and this is B dl. Remaining all the terms will be 0. So this is equal to A to B, B dl. So we take it out and this is A to B dl. Now look here, A to B. The entire length is equivalent to L. This is the entire length AB. So this is equal to BL. So line integral of magnetic field is coming equivalent to BL. Now use the Ampere-Circuital's law. Using Ampere-Circuital's law, line integral B dot dl equal to mu naught I. Mu naught I. So for n terms, line integral B dot dl equal to mu naught n I. This is for n terms. And put the value of, this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So this is also line integral. This is B dot dl. Line integral, that is for a closed loop ABCDA. So equation number 1 and equation number 2 both are equal. So now from equation 1 and 2, you can write BL equal to mu naught n I. Therefore, B equal to mu naught n I upon L. So this is the magnetic field in a current carrying solenoid, where n is the number of turns, I is the current, L is the length of solenoid. Now put here a small n equal to capital N by L. This is the number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. So you can write B equal to mu naught n I. This is the magnetic field in a current carrying solenoid. Suppose you place any other medium in a solenoid. For other medium as a core of solenoid, you can use B equal to mu naught into mu r n I, or you can write mu naught, this one you can write directly this one, where mu r is the relative permeability, and remaining terms are same. So this is the method of finding the magnetic field in a current carrying solenoid. Note down fast. Then you find the magnetic field in a current carrying toroid. Magnetic field in a current carrying toroid. Find the magnetic field due to a current carrying toroid. So toroid is also a large number of turns of the wire in the form of a ring. If you take a large number of the wire in the form of a ring, suppose this is the ring, wire, number of turns of wire in the form of ring, this is called toroid. So this is the toroid. So let I current is flowing through the toroid, and let R is the radius of the toroid. Find out the current element dl. This is the current element dl. Magnetic field will be also in the same direction. O is the center of the toroid. So here use the Weierstrass law using Ampere-Circuital's law. Line integral B dot dl equal to mu naught n I for n terms. And here you can write B dl cos 0 degree, because B and dl both are in the same direction. So this is equal to mu naught n I. And here B and this is dl equal to mu naught n I. So here total length of the toroid. So total length of the toroid dl equal to 2 pi r, equivalent to circumference. So b into 2 pi r equal to mu naught n I. Therefore b equal to mu naught n I upon 2 pi r. So this is the magnetic field in a current carrying toroid. Note down fast. Same as you can find the magnetic field in a current carrying a straight wire. Find the magnetic field in a current carrying a straight wire. Magnetic field due to a current carrying a straight wire. Find the magnetic field in a current carrying a straight wire. Suppose this is a current flowing through this wire, a straight wire, by using Ampere Circuital's law. So let us consider a Amperian loop. Let this is a Amperian loop, and in this Amperian loop at a distance r, find the element dl. This is the element dl, and dl element is same as the direction of magnetic field. So using Ampere Circuital's law, line integral of magnetic field is equal to mu naught I, and this is close b dl cos db and dl will same direction, 0 equal to mu naught I. So b, and this is the close integral dl equal to mu naught I. So this is a circular Amperian loop. This is circular Amperian loop. So here the total length of the circular Amperian loop is 2 pi r. So b into 2 pi r equal to mu naught I. Therefore b equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. So this is the magnetic field at a point P. This is the magnetic field at a distance r from the current carrying a straight wire. Current carrying a straight wire at a distance r, magnetic field will be b equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. And direction of magnetic field. Direction of magnetic field by right hand rule. By right hand thumb rule. By right hand thumb rule. You can find the direction of magnetic field. So right hand thumb rule is, imagine if you hold a current carrying wire in a right hand such that the thumb indicates the direction of current flowing through it. But in practice don't take the current carrying conductor in your right hand, otherwise you will get the shock. So imagine if you hold a current carrying long wire in a right hand in such a way the thumb indicates the direction of current. Then magnetic field will be represented by a curl finger. So suppose this is the current flowing through a conductor, and magnetic field will be in anti-clockwise direction. This is the magnetic field. This is the direction of, this is the current, I is the current, and this is the direction of magnetic field. So this is the direction of magnetic field. Same as the current flowing in the downward direction. In downward direction, if the current flowing through across the thumb, direction of thumb, then the magnetic field will be a curl finger in clockwise direction. So this is the direction of magnetic field. So magnetic field will be directed in this direction. So I is the current and this is the magnetic field. Or you can write like that also. This is the direction of current and this is the direction of current. This is the direction of current. So loop behaves like a pole, south pole and north pole. If the current is flowing in clockwise direction, then this loop behaves like a south pole. If the current is flowing in the north direction, then loop behaves like a north pole, like that. So you note down this one. Now you find the torque due to a current carrying loop in uniform magnetic field. If you place a current carrying loop in the uniform magnetic field, then a torque develops on the loop. So for that, you suppose you take a loop. This is a current carrying loop. This is a current carrying loop A, B, C, D. This is the breadth and this is the length. Let I current is flowing through it. I is the current flowing through this loop. And let magnetic field is passing in this direction. This is the direction of magnetic field. 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 So what happened? Here on this side, a force developed in this direction, F, and here a force developed in this direction, F. In this direction, here a force developed. In this direction, here also a force developed. So here, now see, you can write the plane of the coil. Suppose this is the plane of the coil. See, this is a plane of the coil. This is a, you can write this is plane of coil. And let this plane of coil place in the uniform magnetic field B, which makes an angle theta. So when a current carrying coil placed in the magnetic field, a force develop on it. Maximum force is BIL. This is the force developed on the conductor. Here also a maximum force developed on the conductor. Now this is the perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance is A, B, C. This is the perpendicular distance and this is the B. This is the breadth of the coil. So find out the torque. Torque developed on the coil. Torque equal to force into perpendicular distance. So find out torque. Torque equal to force. Force F into perpendicular distance between two forces. This force and this force. Perpendicular distance is AB. So you can write AB. Find out force BIL and into AB. So find out AB in this triangle. This is a triangle. This is a triangle. This angle is theta. This is A, B, C and this is B. Find out AB. AB equal to B sin theta. No, AB equal to B cos theta. So that will be BI and this is N into B. This is cos theta. So this is BI A cos theta, where A is the area of the coil, length into breadth. This is the area of the coil. So torque developed tau equal to VIA cos theta. And now torque, torque is a vector quantity. So you write in a vector form. So here you write, suppose you make one more diagram. This is the plane of the coil, and this plane of the coil, this is the magnetic field B. Here this plane of the coil makes an angle theta, and let this is the normal. N cap is the normal drawn to the plane of the coil, which makes an angle alpha with the magnetic field, and this is the plane of coil. Plane of coil. N cap. Let N cap is the normal drawn to the plane of coil. Normal drawn to the plane of coil. So according to this figure here, theta plus alpha equal to 90 degree. Therefore theta equal to 90 minus alpha equal to 90 minus theta equal to 90 minus 90 minus alpha. So put the value of theta. So now tau equal to BIA cos theta. So this is BIA cos 90 minus alpha. So this is BIA sin alpha. So this is the torque in terms of, now write in vector form. So how to write in vector form? This is I into A, current into area, that is called dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment. M equal to current into area. So you can write tau equal to Bm sin alpha, or you can write tau equal to M cross B. So this is the torque in vector form. Note down. And for n turns of the coil, you can write torque equal to NBIA sin alpha. This is for n turns. NBIA sin alpha for n turns of the coil. Note down first. Now magnetic dipole moment as a revolving electron. Magnetic dipole moment as a revolving electron. Magnetic dipole moment as revolving electron. Suppose this is the nucleus plus Z is the charge on nucleus, and electron are revolving in a orbit with velocity v in the radius r. So when the electrons revolve in the circular orbit, then it behaves like a magnetic dipole moment. So you can find the time taken for this revolution. So time taken for the revolution, find out time taken for one revolution. For one revolution of electron. So you can write T equal to 2 pi r by v, distance by speed. Now find out the current formula using current current I equal to q by t, charge by time. Here charge is charge on electron, E, so E by t. Now put the value of t, so E by 2 pi r upon v. So you are getting EV by 2 pi r. This is equation number 2. Current equal to, you are getting EV by 2 pi r. Now you know the dipole moment formula. So use the dipole moment. Dipole moment here is represented by mu L for dipole moment. So dipole moment is current into area. So current is, you are getting EV by 2 pi r, and A is the area of this pi r square, circular orbit. So this is pi r square into pi r square. So 1 pi will be cancelled. So you will get EV r by 2. So dipole moment you are getting mu L equal to EV r by 2. This is the dipole moment, EV r by 2. And now multiply by m both sides. So mu L dipole moment EV r by 2 into m by m. So that you can write E by 2m, and this is mvr. So mvr is the angular momentum. So angular momentum of electron, L equal to mvr. So dipole moment mu L equal to L E by 2m.